Welcome back to Mountain Connections. I'm here with Cami Jensen. She is a local Utah author talking about her first book called First Earth. Excited to hear more, Cami. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm so glad to come. Thanks for having me.
I'm always so impressed with the incredible talent we have in our community, in Utah in general. It's exciting to talk with you before this gets big, because I'm sure it will.
Oh, I hope so. I think it's a really good story. We've had a lot of good feedback, some great reviews on Amazon, so I'm really excited to see where it goes.
This is your first book, first of 5.
Yes.
And you're already almost done with the second book, so that's
no,
exciting.
the second book is in the editing process. I just finished the third book.
Oh, you're kidding. So
No.
you're well on your way.
Well on my way, yes.
Exciting. So tell me about First Earth.
So First Earth is about Agnes Ann Kavanaugh. She is a girl it's a contemporary fantasy, so she's here on our Earth in our time, but she's the only wizard to be born on this planet in millennia since magic was banned eons ago.
So it's a book for middle grade fantasy. Is that how you would define it if you had to put it in a box?
Middle grade YA, contemporary fantasy. It's clean, so middle grade kids really like it, but it's got quite a bit of action, and vocabulary is a little more aimed towards the older teenagers. So,
what inspires you to write this book, this story? Some authors say they have a dream, some authors have stories in their heads for years and they finally get it down on paper. Where did this story come from?
So this story is based on my daughter. My daughter is wonderful, smart, creative, but she has a chronic illness that made going to high school very, very difficult for her. And this is at a time where all the superhero movies are coming out. So you've got Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman and all of these very strong people that can punch through walls. And my daughter was lying in bed all day with this chronic illness. So I wanted to tell a story that had a hero that had strengths other than physical strengths, to make her feel like she could accomplish things in her world even though she wasn't as strong physically as she wanted to be. So Agnes is based on my daughter.
And in fact, at the beginning of the book, Agnes has a terrible accident.
Yes.
That affects her quite drastically physically.
Yes, as a baby, she survives an explosion which leaves her marked on the right side of her face with scars. So she's got the physical disabilities, but she also has lasting neuropathy from the fall resulting from the explosion. Her father was carrying her and he fell, and then it damaged her leg, so she's got the neuropathy pain that makes it difficult for her to even walk.
It must have been fun to write this character, being able to overcome, find her own inner power in a different way than so many, but was it a little bit heartbreaking as well as your daughter deals with her illness?
Oh, so heartbreaking. Yeah, it was liberating and difficult at the same time. But I will tell you that as I went through the process of writing the story, I did include my daughter all the time, and we talk about what Agnes could do to overcome this trial and what she could do to overcome that trial. And to see my daughter grow in strength as Agnes grew, because through her own efforts, she learned how to get out of bed anyway and go to school anyway and just fight through the difficulties that she had. And so I think that watching her go through that made Agnes very real, a very relatable character. And it was more than just the physical. She had to overcome her own self-doubt and her own little pocket that she'd put herself into. She had to grow beyond that.
You know, very relatable, because so many teens don't feel like they fit into the typical mold, whether it's a physical illness, a mental illness, or maybe they just feel like they don't look like everyone else. Very relatable character, and it's very exciting that you've written her so well and so powerfully. Did it help your daughter being a part of the creative process? Did it help you work together and be able to have her kind of understand herself a little more through this character?
Yeah, it really did. It really did. She told me that going through this process gave her the courage to just really stand up and do more. She said that she realized that she could do more, but for a while there, I mean, her legs would just go weak and she'd just collapse on the floor. And I would use those moments in Agnes's life, and then I would have Agnes just dig deep and pick herself up, and my daughter learned to do the same thing. So yeah, it was really, really liberating and exciting for both of us, and now she's very involved in the creative process. We go for walks to help build her strength, and we talk about where the story's going to go. So it's been a great, great process for the both of us.
It's a very inspiring creative process that brought this book here. 5 books without giving anything away. How does Agnes kind of progress through 5 books? She starts out not aware of her power, and then she finds this incredible power with her magical realm. Oh, what can you tell us?
I will tell you that I have quite a few teenagers, actually, more than just the one. And as a mom, I've discovered that there are some lessons that kids need to learn in order to be successful adults. And with each book, I focus on one of these lessons that I have found that my children have benefited from. So the first book is learning your own value as a person, that it doesn't matter what you look like, what you suffer from, you as an individual have value. And so learning to appreciate it, that is the first lesson that she learns.
Very exciting. I read a review online that said it's an awesome setting, a vibrant cast of characters whose sass and whimsy make this such a delightful read. So it sounds like. Congratulations on this book. You are multi-talented. You helped clone DNA in high school.
I did.
You
also
also
are
are
my story too.
Yeah, you're a composer, you're a writer, a teacher. How do you balance all the different things?
I do everything a little bit every day, if that makes sense. I don't have an 8 to 5 hour job like normal people do. I work on my reading until this time, and then I have to work on my music for children's theater until that time, and then it's seasonal.
Absolutely.
So during the summer, I'm involved in the community, and I don't write much at all, but now that school's back in session, I'm really hitting it hard.
Well, you're making it work. Very excited to read this book. Where can we find it?
You can find it on Amazon or anywhere that major book distributors, at Barnes & Noble online. It's really easy to find. Just Google First Earth. I've finally gotten to where I'm the first thing that pops up on the search engine. So that's exciting.
That is exciting. Well, thanks so much, Cami, for being here. Very excited about First Earth. Please come back as more volumes are published. We'd love to continue the series.
I'd love to be back. This was fun. Thank you.
All right, check out First Earth online. It's a great book for middle grade readers. Also sounds inspiring for adults, teens as well. So make sure you check that out. Thanks so much to Cami Jensen for being here today. We have more Mountain Connections coming up next.